Alright, in this video I want to talk about something that not a lot of concealed carry holders like to talk about. And that is taking a human life. Okay? I've met a lot of people in my life that concealed carried a handgun that had never been hunting, anything like that in their whole life. Their experience with a gun consisted of going to the range or going to a spot to shoot and plinking some cans once or twice. And I firmly am opposed to that kind of concealed carry. The reason being, in a high-stress situation, even an extremely highly trained person who's had thousands of hours of firearms training in multiple situations can fail to do what they have to do to survive in a situation of high stress. It just happens to be that way. You know, the mind plays tricks. Your motor functions can be slower or faster, but you can have, less concentration. Adrenaline and fear does heighten your senses and give you the ability to have faster reflexes, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't harness that with lots and lots of training. And I firmly believe that if you haven't taken a life, you shouldn't carry a pistol, because you don't have the mindset to know what you're going to have to do. Even if it's just going hunting, go quail hunting or go deer hunting and put your scope on that animal and pull the trigger and watch its eyes glaze over and know that you're okay with that. Because with a human being, I don't know personally, but I imagine it would be, even for a person experienced in death, a very sobering experience to take the life of a human being. Not necessarily regret for them, but for their families, for the people that love them. Even if it means you saving your life and the life of the people that you love, somebody else just lost a loved one. And, I carry every day. I'm here at home, and I still am carrying my pistol. I always have my gun. And that's because if it comes down to me or my family living or somebody else living, I'm going to choose my family every single time. I've hunted deer, elk. I've gone moose hunting, but I never actually got one. I've shot multiple animals that were either attacking or threatening people and livestock. And there's just, that first time that you take a life, you hesitate. You have this flood of emotion that goes through you, like, all I have to do is squeeze this trigger and that creature disappears off the face of this earth. That's it for it. As soon as that bullet hits, devastation, pain, damage, and then death. And I think too many people are prepared to buy a gun and carry it, but not necessarily prepared to take a life, and that hesitation might cost somebody their life in a self-defense situation. So I believe that which is as fucked up as it sounds, I believe that if you haven't taken a life, you shouldn't carry a gun, because you're not ready for what it's going to come down to. And I'm not saying somebody who's taken life is ready to kill another human being if it comes down to it. And obviously you should never take another human life unless it's absolutely your last resort. Not panicked accidental shootings, not drawing your gun because somebody rear-ended you in traffic, nothing stupid like that. A crackhead's got a knife and has literally stabbed somebody in your eyesight, you've watched it, and now they're coming for you. That's a situation where taking a life might be necessary. Or you're in a grocery store and you hear somebody start yelling about anarchy, and then gunshots ring out and you see a guy walking down an aisle shooting people with a shotgun. Those are situations where, that's an instance where your weapon should be drawn and used. But you also have to keep in mind in a situation like that there could be multiple shooters, so you need to be aware of your surroundings and always watch your six. And you need to realize there's going to be innocent people, so be aware of what's behind your target and in between you and your target. That's part of the 4 rules of guns. Any experienced person should know that. So I just think that some people need to wake up a little bit, because a lot of people are carrying guns that shouldn't be, even if it's legally. So that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think.